The following is a presentation of the Hello Chicago Network. Hello Chicago Network is on the air. Hello everybody, I'm Ryan Yanishadis, and it's time to focus. And today we're focusing on the Chicago Blackhawks one final time. Season comes to an end this week for this team, so we're just going to kind of talk about it. We cover I believe this is the first team these guys and the Bulls that we covered a complete full season, obviously, and the Chicago Bears. But for the Chicago Blackhawks, there was a lot of high expectations, I think, just to see this team kind of be a playoff contender. And once again, this team never even showed light of being a playoff team. They started off rough. The goaltending was rough, and then you got from that aspect and everything else. I mean, you're just hoping for something to just kind of get rolling for this team and just start to create some buzz. And unfortunately, that wasn't it. Even after the trade deadline, they got Spencer Knight from the Florida Panthers, kind of changed that up. That gave them, but then they went back to losing. So I mean, really overall, a very disappointing season for the Chicago Blackhawks. I mean, there's really no other way to put it. You wanted to see signs of growth. You wanted to see this team in it in the second half of the season. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case either. So just overall, not good for the Blackhawks. There's a bad aura around this team. I know they won 3 Stanley Cups and they brought hockey back to life in the city of Chicago. But I mean, after the allegations of what the coach did, and just now how they're handling Connor Bedard, and they've wasted 2 years of his career already. This is not good for the franchise of the Chicago Blackhawks. Hockey fans are loyal, but at the same time, how loyal are they going to be? How long are you going to watch a team only win 20 games in a season and us have to talk about it every week? And for hockey, for me, is the last sport. You have to really be good. I was in and locked in on those teams deep into the summer that won Stanley Cups. This team I am not locked in on. Just hopefully the treatment of Connor Bedard gets better. Hopefully the goaltending gets better. Hopefully the coaching gets better. Everything needs to get better next year because you don't want to have another season like this. And I think I said the same thing last year on the other Hello Chicago show that I did. This team needs to do it, and I feel like we're just wasting year after year, and it sucks. I don't want to see it, and I don't think anyone else wants to waste their time with it. Like I said, you have to be good to entertain me when it comes to hockey, and this team is not good. It's embarrassing. After everything this team did with Taves, Kane, Hossa, and Antti Niemi, and just everything they were able to do with those teams, and now having this. And I know the diehard fans, because same thing I would do for the Cubs. They could win 10 games, and I would still follow them every single day. But at the end of the day, when it comes to hockey, at least for me, you have to keep me interested. You have to be at least relevant, and this team has not been. So their grade this year is a D. And it's only not an F because they went out there and played hockey. I'm not going to give them an F but the front office needs to get rolling. This team needs to have high expectation. They got Connor Bedard. He's your leader. And you got to build around him, and hopefully guys are going to want to come and play with him. Hopefully that is the case. Unfortunately, that has not been the case so far with this team. And now we don't have to talk about Blackhawk hockey until next October, and hopefully we have more positive things to talk about when we talk Blackhawk hockey next year. But we will be talking playoffs, which will begin Saturday. We'll be talking, and then of course next week is the Focus California. Then we'll get into probably recap the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs, as now you'll get to see really good hockey. And for the Blackhawks, hopefully we have something positive to talk about in the off season, and hopefully we're excited for Blackhawk hockey come October. But I'm going to give it a D because it was not fun for an outsider looking in. Comment below. Maybe I'm off my rocker, but I was not impressed by this team at all, and we need to see something better from the Chicago Blackhawk team. So comment below what your thoughts on the 2024-25 Chicago Blackhawks as we put a bow on that. I know they got a couple games left, but it's over. It's done. So then we'll focus on them starting next year. We'll focus on the playoffs starting in a couple weeks. Don't forget to like the video if you like what you hear and subscribe to the Hello Chicago Network YouTube channel. Every Monday through Friday, 3:12 Central, we are focusing on Chicago sports. Tomorrow, we'll focus on the Chicago Bulls as they will be playing play-in, not yet playoff, play-in basketball. We'll talk about that tomorrow. I'm Ryan Yanishadis from the Hello Chicago Network. We're the focus of Chicago sports.